bicycle. I mean, you could have given.
I want to hear what they're talking about. My bad.
Looked like it could have been effective aggression, but without punching, just you're following your opponent around. Even judges can't give you that.
Yeah, on top of that, you got 3 knockdowns to factor into all this. 1 in the first, 2 in the second. Blair Cobbs should win a very wide decision.
I agree. Looping shot. That's exactly what you want to do when you're facing a tall opponent. Overhand rights. And when a big man like that, a big lanky fighter goes down, it takes a lot out of his legs to have to get back up. Having a long reach is only an advantage if you're popping your punches, but if you're letting them out there, you're actually susceptible to get hit.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I was never really high on Maurice Hooker, to be honest with you. And if you don't know, this fight was supposed to take place at 147 pounds, but he didn't have to weigh in at 150. Then he missed weight before in the past, right? Former 140-pound champion. Solid resume if you really look at it. Terry Flanagan, Alex Salcedo. He ain't been the same. You know, he's now retired. Jose Ramirez, Vergil Ortiz stopped him. And now Blair Cobbs. Hey, let's listen to the cards. This is from last night, but I went to bed. I got to adjust some things. Listening.
Chapa and Judge Sergio, guys, have about 97-90, and Judge David Ayakabuchi scores this bout 96-91. To the winner by unanimous decision, the pride of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Blair, the Flair Cobbs.
All right, so let me turn that down. So I got this new gym routine. I've been in the gym the last six out of the last 7 days, and basically, I'm doing a 2500 cal diet, and you know, my body shut down last night. You know, like I had to like go lay down. So I did watch the end of this fight in the bed, but then I was asleep for the whole Vergil Ortiz fight. But no, this is not going to be the norm. It's just for cards like this, you know, and the way I watched all the boxing yesterday. I watched the DAZN card with Sandy Ryan, you know, and Dalton Smith. You know, I watched Miguel Marriaga put on a stinker against Mick Conlan. I watched Hank Lundy, Alex Martin, and I thought Hank Lundy did way better than the scores may have showed. But basically, I watched boxing yesterday, so I know what's going on. But as far as Maurice Hooker is concerned, you know, like he's got some things he's got to work on. Now, Terrence Crawford was there. If you don't know, he trains with Bo Mack, and he's in that Terrence Crawford camp. You know, just like guys like Jamel Herring and everything. But I'm wondering if he's got a lot going on out the ring. And from my understanding, he do got a lot of kids, right? You know, but it's like, what the fuck been going on with him the last several years? Like, did he get that money? And all of a sudden, like, his heart is really not in it. He just boxing. Like, it's the hunger that's going. My man Blair Cobbs with the woo back. But let me tell you something. Still, nonetheless, no disrespect to Maurice Hooker, but we got to give props to Blair Cobbs because it's the biggest win of his career, and like it's a solid win. Like it's a really, really, really good win because was Maurice Hooker the favorite to come in? You know? And now the question is, if Golden Boy can't get, which we're going to talk about in my next video, can't get like some type of fight of significance for Vergil Ortiz, will they feed Blair Cobbs to him? I think that shit can happen, bros. I think that shit can happen. Blair Cobbs, 16, 1-1, 10 KOs. He's definitely got the power. He's changed trainers from Freddie Roach. A lot of people, include myself, like just had a feeling he was going to lose to Rocha. But now he back in the mix. you know? So, like I said, don't be surprised if he end up fighting Vergil Ortiz. Listen, it's in-house. You know, Blair, he's got some marketability behind him, and now he's got a nice solid win under his belt. You know, he's changed trainers, and then they even go with the narrative, that if he would have, you know, had with the team that he had now and the dedication and the focus on the sport, that, you know, he would have did better against Alexis Roaches. So, you know, there's something they can go that they can go with there. And frankly, even though he's 32 years old, that's somewhat, it's not old in boxing no more. In this day and age, you know, you can fight until you're 42 at least and still be somewhat, you know, like that's the end of your career in this day and age. But, you know, he's still like fresh. So there's still, you know, some things you can do with him, you know. But me personally, if they don't feed him the Vergil Ortiz, then, you know, try to get him somebody in the lower top 15 of the rankings and work from there, you know, just for at least a couple of more fights to try to build him up a little bit more, you know, and try to get a couple of wins under his belt. See what somebody like Abel Ramos is doing if PBC don't still got their hands on him. Some shit like that. Or Jesus. No, not Jesus. I forgot. I get them mixed up sometimes. Not Jesus. But anyway, take your time out, like the video, subscribe. Maurice Hooker was down in rounds number 1 and twice in round number 2. He just got like it's a I don't know what to call it style. You know, but I'm not really a fan of it. But now he has to really think about what he gonna do, because he on his way to be in gatekeeper status. Like, because if you look at his losses, like, you know, they're significant fighters that will both put a boot in the ass of Blair Cobbs, you know, Jose Ramirez and Vergil Ortiz Jr. But damn. I'm T3 Controversy with Fight View 360. Take your time out, like the video, subscribe. Thanks for watching.